Good morning to you all, and thank you for being here to take part in this important celebration of a very important event in the life of Akhawayn University. I have been fortunate to be a coach of a winning team. And so the victory that we're celebrating today is the victory of the team. It's the students, the faculty, the staff, the support of the Board of Trustees who played and won the game. I cannot get inside the field. I sometimes suggest some ideas, sometimes shout at someone, get angry with someone, and give compliments to some, but it's you who played the game and it's you who won the game. So congratulations. The accreditation process, when we got into it, we thought we knew what it was, but little did we know. We learned so much in the process, and I think as Dr. Brittingham likes to answer anybody asking about accreditation, her answer is, it always takes longer than you think, and it never ends. So you get it, but after some time, you get in, after some time you have to seek re-accreditation. But that's the magic of it, and the strength of it is that it keeps all of us on our toes, and it keeps us striving for the best and seeking continuous improvement. As the Chancellor said, the founding fathers wished the university to have the American style of education. And a lot of us thought we were doing a decent job. But it was our own judgment, it was our own internal evaluation. We needed to have the people from the United States, the people who practice the system, to tell us what we need to do to become similar and comparable to an American university evolving and operating in the United States. The second wish, I think, for the founding fathers was to have a multicultural, multinational, multi-faith environment at the university. And last night at Thanksgiving dinner, which we were all happy to participate in and enjoyed, it began with readings from the three holy books, the Quran, the Bible, and the Torah. But that's no surprise at Akhawayn if we all remember that the late King Hassan II wanted at the university a mosque, a church, and a synagogue, and wanted people to cross paths, to exchange views, to exchange cultures, to coexist and live together in harmony and peace. After all, wasn't Andalusia a paradise that we all strive to rebuild, but not without a lot of difficulty? So the accreditation today, we may wonder, what does it mean? In simple terms, it means that we are compliant with the standards of NEASC. And the New England Association of Schools and Colleges is the oldest accrediting agency in the United States. And I could say, under the control of Dr. Brittingham, the oldest in the world. They've been doing the accreditation processes for the last 132 years. And so by getting accredited by NEASC, we become a full member of this association. And so we benefit from their experiences. And we may bring in some modest experience by sharing what we learn from applying the system outside the United States in our own environment, in an Arab, African, Muslim environment. So the complexity of the culture may bring in some wealth and richness to the organization. And what it also means for us is that we all stakeholders of the university have common references for quality. And so whenever there is disagreement, we can always refer to the standards used and applied by NEASC. We also benefit from the fruit of 132 years of experience. So the standards that are there are not today's standards. They are the evolution over time, learning from the mistakes and the experiences. And so we have the privilege of benefiting from those experiences. We are now a full family member of NEASC, and we're so honored to be a full member of the organization. A big benefit from the accreditation process for AUI is that we rely less on individuals and more on procedures and policies, so that we institutionalize our practices and we know what our rights are and what our duties are. We know how best to get to the objectives that we have agreed with among us with the Board of Trustees. And these are very important elements that guarantee the sustainability, that guarantee the conflict resolution, and perhaps even better, conflict prevention, and helps us move forward so that we can focus on new challenges. So what this means today, I think, to us is this is a chapter that we are happily bringing to a close. And we are fulfilling one of the dreams of the founders of the university, and that is being fully compliant with the main standards of the oldest, the most prestigious accrediting agency in the United States. But what it also means is we have a responsibility to maintain that level of excellence. Furthermore, we have a responsibility to move forward and to develop and move to the next level of excellence, which we will get to task to defining, working on together, and seeing what the next chapter will look like. We will focus in the next chapter, in the new challenges, for the content, the pertinence of what we do here to the socio-economic environment that we grow in. Ours, but also the global socio-economic environment, to the sustainability of what we've achieved and its improvement and moving forward through a stable, transparent, clear governance so that everybody finds themselves in there. So as we celebrate today, let's focus on that. Tomorrow, we need to tackle the next chapter. This would not have happened without the efforts, the dedication, the hard work of so many people. Let me express gratitude here to some of these people. The time does not allow me to mention everybody, so I apologize if your category, your name doesn't come up here. First, the Commission of Institutions on Higher Education, and particularly in the name of Dr. Barbara Brittingham, who has always believed in the university and had faith in the university. This is the 4th time she visits the university. And the first time was in 2002, long before we started the process of accreditation. 7 years before we started the process of accreditation. So she had faith in the university, and she and her team have always been extremely helpful, very responsive. If we have a question, we get an answer in the day, for most of them. So I am, on your behalf, I express full gratitude to the support. They understand we need to do the work, but they provided us with guidance and the help that we needed. I'd like also to thank the Board of Trustees for their support, their faith in us, the Chancellor for his leadership and his availability. I have never asked for an appointment that was turned down. And we all know how busy the governor of Bank al-Maghrib is. But he always finds time to discuss and help and give suggestions and orientations. I would like to thank all the other members, but particularly the chair people of the committees. We have 4 committees, and they've always been available. They've always actually participated and prepared their presentation to the Board of Trustees. I don't present the element. We exchange information, but it's the chairs of the committees. The Academic Committee with Mr. Belarbi here, the Communication Committee chaired by Mrs. Miriam Ben Saleh, the Budget Committee chaired by Mr. Ben Shaboun, and the Development Committee chaired by Mr. Mohammed Al-Kittani. And last but not least, Mrs. Ben Khadra, who is the Secretary General of the Board of Trustees and who is here among us. Next, I'd like to express deep gratitude to the Steering Committee, who faithfully, literally and metaphorically, met on Fridays. So every Friday, 10 to 11, they would meet to work on the self-study and addressing the issues and the projects. And they almost never finished at 11. So the meetings went on, and they stayed, I think, 2 nights without sleeping, particularly for the co-chairman, to finalize the self-study. They had many challenges, but mostly, I think, respecting the deadlines and giving single voice to the self-study that was prepared by many chairs of different committees. So may they find here the expression of gratitude to the chairs of the committees, but the chairs of the committees coordinate, put in perspective the input received from the members of the committees. So I'd like to deeply thank all the members of the various committees, the Eligibility Committee, the Candidacy Committee, the Midterm Visit Committee, and the Accreditation Committee. And so everybody participated, and may they all find gratitude here. I think the faculty deserve a lot of appreciation and gratitude for actually developing their courses, but very important, when we started out, we didn't have ILOs for all the courses. And so it's a change in the philosophy of teaching. Now all courses have their intended learning outcomes, and then we moved from courses to the program. How do these courses support one another so that the program, each program, has its own learning outcomes? And then each school, when somebody graduates from SHSS or SBA or SSE, what is the stamp of that school in the program that they go through? And all of that was done by faculty, and so very much appreciated. The students had a lot of input, a lot of reflection, a lot of questions, and quite a few complaints. But as much as we don't like complaints immediately, in the long run, it's those things that make us think again, that make us think deeply, and then in the end, we may decide to keep the earlier opinion or position, or we may review it and move forward. So criticism and critiquing are essential to our development and evolution, and I think the main component of the university that's very good at that is students, and we're happy to have the complaints and the questioning. Last but not least, the staff have provided the environment for both faculty and students to evolve, have made sure that the right conditions are there for the work to be done, and have made sure that the follow-up is secured. So may they all find here expression of deep gratitude for the hard work and for the results that we've achieved. With this, I would like to thank all the organizers here and congratulate our students, and thank you all for being here for a very important day that to celebrate and that opens on the new chapter that begins tomorrow. So thank you all and see you there.